Welcome back to Hinkley Point C for the latest update from the power station that will meet around 10% of Britain's current electricity demand. Winter and summer, night and day, for decades to come. Above me is a lid of our first nuclear reactor. It needs to be kept extremely clean and is now inside the reactor building being prepared for installation. It's an incredible piece of engineering. Let's go and see what's been happening around the site since our last tour. At Hinkley Point C, we're building two identical units side by side. Civil construction teams have nearly finished all Unit 1's buildings and have now turned their attention to Unit 2, using all their experience to do the job even better second time around. That means here in Unit 1, new teams have moved in to fit the huge amount of equipment, supports, pipes, valves and cables needed to make a nuclear power station work. It's what we call the MEH phase. Since our last visit, we've installed all 4 steam generators. They're 520 tonnes each, and they'll use the reactor's heat to make steam for our turbine. We've also installed the pressurizer, another essential piece of kit that allows water to be superheated without boiling. We're now welding this into what we call our primary circuit. Thank you. Good morning. While there are lots of giant components, we're also fitting thousands of smaller components. Like these supports, just some of the 220,000 that we're installing. All this section of pipe, just 6 meters of the 700 kilometers needed across both units. All this cable, we're installing 10,500 kilometers like it, enough to go a quarter of the way around the world. Getting MEH underway after civil construction is a big logistics and organisational challenge in any project, and the start has been tough going. Now we're really getting moving and gaining momentum by adopting an industrial mindset, taking the process that work best and scaling them up.
You right?
You going to show us into bunker 6?
So this is where we're doing all the clamps and all that.
Yeah.
This is the welding bays.
That means opening on-site factories like this and new logistics centres where we organise everything we need. We're making access easier and doing more modular work off-site that allows us to build as safely and efficiently as possible. Let's go and look at the turbine hall. Here we're installing the giant parts needed for the world's largest turbine, the Arabelle. Behind me, we're installing the rotor, one of its first spinning parts. But before this power station can generate electricity for the country, it first needs electricity of its own. And that's where the electrical building comes in. Here, we're well on with the cables, systems and equipment needed to start taking electricity from the national grid. That will happen later this year, bringing the plant and machinery to life.
Cord 2 to 3.
Allowing us to ramp up testing and make sure everything works as it should. Our cooling water comes from the Bristol Channel through the tunnels we've now finished. When we're ready to introduce the cooling water onto the site, we'll release these 250-ton plugs at the end of each of the 3 tunnels. We'll be the first power station on the Severn to have fish protection with 3 separate systems, more than any other power station in the world. We're now tunnelling our fish return system, and testing of our fish deterrent shows it works even better than we had hoped. So what about Unit 2? On Unit 2, we're getting ready to install our second reactor pressure vessel, which arrived on site in January. But this time around, we'll use our huge crane big Carl to do the job. It's another of the innovations that are helping us to move 20 to 30% faster, like these huge modular buildings that we're lifting in, with equipment already installed, all the more efficient ways we've found to build the turbine hall. So that's the latest from Hinkley Point C. We're at peak construction. There's so much happening here, and we're really looking forward to a summer of fantastic engineering and building as we work to get this power station online for Britain to give us the reliable homegrown power we all need. See you next time.